This is DFW, Penguin Basketball, Penguin Hoops. I am Tex Renberg, Penguinhoops.com. I am the owner and founder of DFW Penguin Basketball. And today, we're going to talk about a very important topic. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible because it's something I can talk about for a very, very, very long time. Because there's so many different variables and different things that can happen in this scenario. But as you can see from below, how to handle life after basketball. Now, these are for people that identify basketball as part of their life, just like someone may be in school and school is a part of their life, or someone may be into fishing and fishing is a part of their life, or somebody may grow up on a farm and farm life is a part of their life. But in specific, we're talking about life after sports. I'm talking about basketball because I'm a basketball coach, but you can apply this in many different ways. So, we're going to talk about the early stages of it. Now, the early stages of it is like when I'm in the 7th, 8th grade, 6th grade, whatever, and it's been a part of my life since I was a younger kid. What do I do? Now, let's say you get to 8th grade and you get cut from the basketball team. What are you going to do now? You've been playing basketball since you were 5. You're really passionate about it. You cut from the team. There's no other real options. You can't play anymore. So what are you going to do? Number one option. You get cut. You can wait it out and work out some more and try again next year, right? Or if you realize that your peers are just that much better than you, you really don't have a chance of getting much better or making the team next year, but this is on your mind if you want to do that, is to try to become a manager or water boy or something and do something to help the team out. That's another way to go about it. Also, if basketball or this certain sport has been a part of your life so much, now you can start to explore other sports or other hobbies. Right? Let's say you were pretty decent at football. You're in the 8th grade. Now you can try to prepare for football because there's more slots. Or maybe in baseball. Maybe going to a non-team sport. Learning how to, it's all different types of sports that you guys can do that people do at a high level at a young age. Playing pool. All different types of stuff, man. They got all kinds of stuff. Archery. Gun range shooting. All of this different stuff. Go and try to find something else that you may be interested in. Dirt bike riding, any of this stuff. Try to find something that you may be interested in that can turn into a hobby, not just a hobby, but turn into a real passion that you can possibly be good at. Because one of the things I always tell my friends and tell people is like, you never know. A lot of people go through their whole life because they haven't gotten the opportunity to experience certain things, that they don't know that they're good at stuff because they haven't tried it. So like me, I could probably be the best baker or best cook in the world, but I've never really given it a try. I could be the best marksman with shooting guns and stuff in the world, but I've never really tried to do it at a high level or competed or whatever it may be. So a lot of times we get caught up in a niche of what our friends are doing or what our family's doing or what they tell us to do, but we never really go outside the box until it's too late or if someone presents it to us, right? So you never know. So if basketball ends for you and you're starting to decline and you end up getting cut and stuff, start to explore other things, Now let's say... Now this is all the way through high school. So these situations we just talked about is just like, I haven't graduated yet, but I got cut my junior year or whatever it may be. So now I got to go in and find something else because guys, believe it or not, if you've been playing sports for a long time, it's been occupying a lot of your time positively. What you don't want to do is go into a realm of doing a bunch of negative stuff with all of this free time that you have now. Because you got to remember, when you're playing sports, especially when you get to high school, you're on varsity, JV, all that stuff. You going to practice every day. It depends on your school. You got to lift weights, film, study hall, all that stuff. It basically consumes a lot of your free time. And then your free time that you do have, you're worried about spending that free time the right way because of sports. You don't want to overeat. You don't want to overparty. You don't want to undersleep yourself. So now all of this stuff is wide open, and now you're a regular student. So when you do occupy your time with something else, try to make sure it's positive. Don't go and hang out with people that you didn't normally hang out with before, that you know were going down the wrong path. That's the wrong thing to do. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Post high school, let's say I'm a guy, I played varsity, I played all the way up through, I made the 9th grade team, played JV, made varsity my junior year, played my senior year, but I didn't get any scholarship offers. I wasn't good enough to play. But just say you're a guy, I wasn't good enough to play any college ball. I don't want to play college ball. So now, what do I do now? Right? Am I going to college? If I'm going to college, a good thing to do is possibly be a manager for the college team if you can do that, where you get to travel with the team and all that stuff. Maybe you can walk on. I don't know. What if you get cut from that? Can I be a manager, coach? Can I be the water boy, train, be around the team because I'm passionate about it? Maybe you can turn being a manager into being a graduate assistant, which a graduate assistant is basically a school coach where they make you basically the errand boy and you're kind of the coach. You have some coaching duties, but you're learning the game from the coaches that you have and turn it into a coaching career. It could be a lot of different things. Okay? Also, or you can just be a regular student, play intramural basketball, and find other hobbies that you can do. Now, for a lot of guys, that's the easy part right there. Like you can always find after you played through high school, you get to college or post that, you just go get a job. You can always go play in the men's league, all of this stuff. You can coach little kids, all of these different things. Be a manager for a college team. Maybe even a semi-pro or pro team. It just depends on the connections you have, right? But the hard part for a lot of athletes is the athletes that play at a high level, okay? When they're done, they can't go overseas. They're not good enough to do that. Let's say you play a Division II school or maybe even a Division I, but you're not good enough to go and play pro sports or you're not there. A lot of guys go through, now guys, listen to me. A lot of guys go through college and play sports for 4 or 5 years, and they never think to set up their career after the fact, okay? You have to start doing that. A lot of us, especially myself, I didn't have anybody in my family that played sports at a high level or collegiate basketball, any of that stuff, to be able to tell me that it's very important that your major that you pick is something that you can go into a career field in. Because a lot of guys, they just want to go, they want to go and say they play college ball and be good at it in hopes of playing overseas or the NBA. But in reality, it's only like 3% of guys that play that actually make it to the NBA. Right? It's very, very slim. And if they do, a lot of times you're in and out. Okay? So what are you going to do? You have to set up. If your freshman year, you have to have I know it sucks that you got to make a life decision at 18 on what you're going to do for the rest of your life. But that's the way life is set up. It stinks. So you have to start setting up, one, your major that you're majoring in, what career path are you going to go down? Two, you have to start building connections and using basketball the best way possible, okay, to be able to set yourself up with more career opportunities outside of your major and other things. Connections, guys, one thing I've learned about life is it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, and out of those people that you do know, who likes you. So, guys, when I was in college, I grew up a little bit different than a lot of guys. I grew up in a bad neighborhood. Wasn't a lot of opportunities, but one thing I noticed is that the more charismatic I was, the more I spoke to adults and tried to implement myself in what they had going and talking to them and just building relationships, the more I got ahead of my peers. So a lot of people that play sports, they just go around and they just kind of like milk it and have all these people doing stuff for them instead of doing stuff back for them. In return, later on, it ends up helping me. The one thing I caught on is I started building relationships with adults, teachers, a bunch of people around me that didn't know I was always nice to them. I went out of my way to do certain things with them, talk to them and stuff. And in turn, that helped me out in the long run when I got older and I was done playing ball, because I was able to reach out to these people. And now, guys, the DFW Penguin thing is something I built and I had a vision for after someone else put it in my mind that I could do it. I didn't even think. I just had a passion for coaching little kids because I wanted to be the coach that I didn't have. And someone else that I built a relationship with outside of basketball told me that I could do this, and I ended up doing it. So what I'm telling you guys is, if you ever get the opportunity to play collegiate basketball or basketball at a high level of the pro, you have to start thinking now at age 14, 15, okay, I need to start building relationships with people and being nice to people, especially people that are trying to help me, and using my status as a basketball player to help me out. Don't just milk it for the time that you're playing and then that's it. And you try to reach out on the back end. All these people that are fans of you and all this stuff, you got to build a relationship with them because it will help you out in the long run, okay? So life after basketball, when you're done, keep in mind, even if you're an NBA player, okay, most people's life expectancy is around 75, 85 years old, right? Okay, you're older a lot longer than you're younger. So, you might play basketball until you're 23, right? Now, what are you going to do for another 60 years, right? Those same people, when you're 55 years old, I mean, if you don't have build these relationships when you're younger and use that to an advantage, all your playing days are just a distant memory, guys. I'm 35, and I'm about 12 years removed from playing basketball. All of that stuff is just a memory. People know me from when I played, but they don't think about that. They don't remember. They don't talk to me about games where I scored 30 points and stuff. They talk to me about what I'm doing right now. So if you're a 14, 12, 16, 17-year-old kid right now, okay, make sure you're using all of your resources for game later in the future, because it's going to help you out, all right? There's a lot of life after sports, and you got to be able to use that to your advantage and think about it right now, not later, okay? Because if you think about it too late, it's not going to help you, all right? That's pretty much it, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, ask me. Penguinhoops.com. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.